LHD clapped his cheeks off cam. He clapped his own cheeks. https://youtube.b/plchboyus. Goofu. Fuck me hard LHD.
Hey yo, what you guys talking about, man?
LOL.
What's up, man? You guys are really taking advantage of that Texas speech, aren't you?
Bet.
Alright. What's up? Anyway, what's up, everybody? We're live. Welcome. Welcome. I'm gonna go ahead and turn Texas speech on just for a little bit because why not? We're live. I was gonna look into something.
Oddman25 says. HT.
Okay, well, it's a link, so play the Texas speech for that. I was actually looking into something.
Good morning, Internet. I'm sure many of you have heard the news, but I regret to inform you that the Queen is dead.
Xanimanuk says. Goofy. Xanimanuk says. Google. Oddman25 says. Water bottle. Xanimanuk says. Where is Chad? Soft time
Very
I
nice.
says.
For some reason it wasn't updating.
Poop.
Poop? Nice, bro. But as you can tell by the title of this stream, I said getting in trouble this live stream.
Xanimanuk says. Soft tie likes poop.
I might have been exaggerating.
Oddman25 says.
I might have not been exaggerating. We'll find out. Yeah,
says.
basically.
School days.
School days, that's not.
Oddman25 says. Drink. Oddman25 says. Water.
Did you redeem me? Water?
Soft time I says. I like to eat poop.
Oh, you did. Alright. You like, okay, nice. Premium.
Oddman25
Plexus cuts.
says.
Look up Plexus.
Me.
Sign up for that.
Oddman25 says. Same.
Alright. Anyway.
Cookie Boss 1210 says. Watch School Days, you little shit.
Okay, Cookie. Alright, hold on.
Oddman25 says. Eat.
I wanted to look into this.
Xanimanuk
I was
says,
saving it for
Damn cookie.
on stream.
Oddman25 says. Eat.
I'm just gonna watch the game theory about it. The game theory video about it. Right here.
Usually I would say
So, I wanted to look into this. I really wanted to because
Cookie Boss 1210 says. If you don't watch School Days, I will eat you.
well, we're not gonna be watching School Days, at least yet in this stream.
Xanimanuk says. Well, LHD.
Probably not at all in this stream. Maybe later tonight, maybe, but possibly not. But anyway, I wanted to.
Xanimanuk says. Do you want to get eaten?
I don't want to get
Oddman25 says.
Among Us. Okay, I'm just gonna highlight that right there because why not? Among Us. Okay. So, I wanted to look into this.
Cookie Boss 1210 says. School Days or else.
Alright. Alright, we might watch School Days later in the stream, but not right now, because you wanna know why? I'm looking into this. I'm just gonna watch the game theory video about it, because that's what I started to watch, and I was like, wait, I'm gonna save this for on stream. I don't know if we're gonna watch the whole entire thing. Should we? It's of Petscop, which is supposedly a lost...
Send me dick pics.
Supposedly a lost, PS1 game, supposedly. If I donate $5, will you twerk? Yes. But yeah, and apparently the backstory behind it, apparently this is the darkest game theory video of all time.
Usually I would say this in a fun and joking way, but in all honesty, today's episode deals with very serious, very sad, and very scary topics. This is without...
What the fuck are we getting into? I just heard that this is the darkest and craziest game theory video. What?
Question, the darkest, most emotional episode of game theory to date. Just be warned, this episode gets intense.
What could this possibly be if it's that crazy? I'm gonna turn down the...
Imagine dying man just lived.
I'm not sure if it involves people dying, but if it does, then, no disrespect.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to game.
What is this? It's Petscop. It's a PS1 game, lost PS1 game, one of those. But apparently the story, usually in them, is made up. It's an ARG that's usually made up. But apparently this one is a real story. And it gets very tragic and dark, apparently. That's all he said at the beginning was this is the darkest. It's not a real game. I'm supposed to be dead, but I know this. You know Petscop? Or what? Is that what you're saying? It's not a real game? It's probably not. A gay theory? Okay. But I do want to look into this because apparently it's obviously a fan-made game, right? It's probably not, it's not a real PS1 game. But the fact that the story is based on a true, sad story just makes my balls tingle. So I had to save this for stream.
So, you made it past that initial warning, huh? Consider yourself brave, do ya? Well, it's now time to get serious.
What's up, anime?
Scary. Today we're talking about Petscop, the scariest game that, sadly, you'll probably never play. You see, 5 months ago, March 12th, 2017, a brand new YouTube channel began uploading Let's Play videos.
I can't believe I haven't heard of this until now.
One style game entitled Petscop. The person playing, who never introduces himself...
Here we go. Bob, is it crazy? Is it crazy? Nobody needed to know that, anime? Yeah, exactly, anime. What is your opinion on femboys?
He names his save file, simply says that Petscop is a game that he found, and that he's uploading videos of it to prove...
Yeah, right, bro. We know damn well you made it. You made it.
Saying about this game is real.
This is just to
What is it, Bob?
that I'm not lying about this.
Is it what is it? Don't tell me, but have you watched it, Bob? And is it crazy?
Pets, not by battling them, but rather by solving puzzles.
What's your opinion?
For instance, one pet named Wavy is a rain cloud, so you catch its water droplets in a bucket. Another named Pen hides on a keyboard and you have to use a treadmill to match its notes. Janky Fanfare blats out every time a new pet is added to your collection. This area is known as the Gift Plane, and the first signpost tells us that this world once provided homes to over 100 different pets, but now only 48 remain. Another sign encourages us to find somebody that we like.
You have and you wished you never saw it? Bob, should I watch this right now? Hold on. I should watch it. DMs. Okay, I'm gonna open this up over here. Okay, I'll look at that in a minute. I want to see what is this all about.
You don't have to love them right away. Huh. That's an odd thing to say. And a third tells us not to be discouraged if the pets run. They do want a home, but they're just afraid, and that it's our job to show them that there's nothing to fear. Okay, sure, but then in the process of solving the next puzzle, Paul proceeds to steal the water from a flower, smack its head with a bucket, cause it to wilt, and then huzzah! A new pet is caught.
What? You're supposed to hit it? You fucked someone today, Cookie? Damn. Interesting.
Not quite the way to show our new pet kindness, but hey, it filled up one of our slots in the Pokedex! In the first couple minutes, you can already tell that things in this game are a bit unsettling. The game is unfinished, the sound effects are distorted and weird, the in-game text just feels off. And let's be honest, your character has an olive green butt for a face. But it's 6 minutes into the first video of the series when things start to get really unusual. Paul reveals that he found a note with the game telling the player to go to a specific room and punch in a code. As soon as he does this, the goofy music cuts off. Something about this game has changed. He leaves the building and we're suddenly no longer in the white and pink world of the gift plane, but in some sort of underworld, a layer beneath the surface game. And this is where the true mystery of Petscop begins. It's in this underworld where over the next 9 videos we watch Paul encounter dead children, disfigured sprites, Paul censoring images for unknown reasons, and a haunted, cursed game capable of acting on its own. Now, it should be fairly obvious that Petscop is a game created by Paul, but can we admire the meta-ness of this for a second? It's a fake Let's Play of a fake game purposely built with glitched code and a dark hidden secret, all in an attempt to create a real-life creepypasta like the story of Ben Drowned. You know, the one, the tale of a child who died and went on to possess a copy of Zelda Majora's Mask? But unlike other creepypastas that are based on fictional stories, Petscop's biggest scare comes from the fact that over the course of exploring this underground world, it's telling you as the viewer a real story. A story that'll disgust and anger you. The story that gets—
What? What is this about to be? What is this about to be, bro? Hold on. Told you I wish I never saw it. Damn, what the hell even? Okay, this is crazy.
Game is trying to tell. The story I'm about to tell you now is one that'll make you go cold, and why I left that disclaimer at the top of the video.
What is about to happen?
Evergreen, Colorado. Born into an abusive home, Candace Tiara Elmore had been taken away from her family by social services at age 5. Separated from her younger siblings, Michael and Chelsea. After 2 years of being passed around between foster homes, Candace had finally been adopted by a middle-aged nurse named Jean Newmaker. With the adoption would come a new life for Candace, as well as a new name, Candace Elizabeth Newmaker. But the adoption wasn't a smooth one. Jean reported that Candace exhibited severe psychological and behavioral problems, setting fires in the house, assaulting other children, destroying property. It's unclear whether these reports are true, as others claim Candace was a sweet and polite child, but regardless, when medication and counseling proved ineffective at healing their relationship, Jean decided to try an experimental new form of treatment aimed at helping adopted children connect with their new parents, something known as attachment therapy. That Tuesday morning, as a part of her 2 weeks of treatment, 10-year-old Candace Newmaker was meant to simulate being born as a means of helping her reattach to her new mother. As a part of this so-called rebirthing, 2 therapists wrapped Candace in a flannel blanket, covered her in pillows, then sat on her, along with 2 other fully grown adults. 673 pounds of combined weight pressing on the girl's face, chest, and 70—
This is a true story! Chat, what the hell? Did you guys just hear what he's saying, bro?
Pound body. The following lines are direct excerpts from the transcript of the session. And again, I offer you one final warning. Click to the timestamp you see pictured on screen if you'd like to skip this section.
Oh, nah. We have... Chat. We have an option to skip whatever we're about to see. We can't unsee whatever we're about to experience. Don't skip. It's dark, he said.
To be born. If you stay in there, you're going to die, and your mommy is going to die. That's one of the two therapists in the room speaking to Candace.
What the fuck is going on in this story? What?
Her make-believe blanket wound. In these first few minutes, Candace is clearly confused about what she's meant to do as a part of this roleplay. Where am I supposed to come out? Right here? Where my finger is? No response. After struggling to free herself for 7 minutes, Candace cries out, "Who's sitting on me? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't breathe. Please quit pushing on my head."
What the...
I can't do it. Still no response. For the next 10 minutes, she continues to cry for help, for oxygen. Candace begins to shout that she's dying. Still.
What the fuck? This is a heavy start to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit.
No response. 16 minutes in, Candace, confused and desperate to escape, asks, "You want me to die for real? Die right now and go to heaven." The therapist replies, still sitting on her, "Go ahead and die right now."
What the fuck is going on right now, bro? Is the girl gonna die? I swear. Because he said this is a true story. If the girl dies, I swear.
For real. For real. 20 minutes in, still stuck in a blanket under the combined weight of 673 pounds, Candace begins to vomit and defecate onto herself. The only response from the two therapists? "Go ahead, stay in there with the poop and vomit." 40 minutes in, therapist. She gets to be stuck in her own puke and poop. It's her own life. Quitter, 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 quit, 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 quit. She's a
What in the fuck? What?
quitter. This baby does.
What's going on? They're basically trying to force her to have a simulation of being born by wrapping her in that thing, sitting on her, and then they're forcing her to try to get out. But she can't get out. And they're telling her you're either going to get out or you're going to die, and they're not letting her out. These are nurses, bro. Thank you.
Doesn't want to live. She's a quitter. At this point, Candace has gone silent. Still. And yet the torture continues. 70 minutes after... wrapping this 10-year-old in a blanket and...
10! 10! No. 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 No, bro. This is making me pissed.
5 adults in the room finally decide that she can come out, saying, "Let's talk to the twerk." Upon seeing her lying on the
Fun
ground,
fact, the
oh,
person
there
who did
she
this, aka her foster mom, got arrested.
How's it feel, bitch? Smoking that foster mom pack. The fuck? Oh my.
Sleeping in her vomit. But obviously Candace wasn't sleeping. She had passed out due to the lack of oxygen. Her brain now dead. Her face and fingers blue. She died later that day. A year
What the fuck?
A year later, the two therapists would be found guilty of reckless child abuse, receiving a 16-year prison sentence, of which they served 7. Everyone else in the
That's it! You killed her! That is it?
The 2 other adults sitting on the child, as well as Gene Newmaker, who watched it all happen, only received minor slaps on the wrist. Obviously, this is a horrific story. The tragedy of an innocent girl raised in the worst possible situation, mistreated by greedy and callous individuals. It's awful, showcasing some of the worst depths of humanity possible. But I shared it with you because connecting the events of Candace Newmaker's story to the haunted game Petscop helps explain the core themes and disturbing imagery of this creepy web series. The first and most obvious connection is that you are called Newmaker in the game. In one of
For some reason, it didn't read your message out loud, but it said Candace died during the second week of the incentive mission. Wait, I'll read this whole thing. You said, oh damn, it's too small. Okay, Candace died during the second week of the intensive sessions, rebirthing session. Participate.
one of the underground rooms, you find a device named Tool that answers the questions that you ask. When Paul asks, "Who am I?" it responds with Newmaker. When asked, "Where am I?" the answer it returns is under the Newmaker plane. So already we see a direct name connection, but that's far from the only one. In Petscop Part 3, Paul finds a note with a lot of disturbing information on it, but the sentence that stands out reads, "Tiara says young people can be psychologically damaged beyond rebirthing." Not only do we have the mention of rebirthing, the same procedure that took Candace's life, but the name Tiara appears to...
A year later, Watkins and Ponder $10 years probation? That's it? 4 years? What the fuck?
Be a direct reference to Candace Tiara Elmore, her birth name before being adopted by Gene Newmaker. This connection is further supported by a note found during Petscop 2. It reads, "Do you remember being born?" Question similar to what the therapists asked Candace before she was wrapped in blankets. Interestingly enough, when you ask that same question back to Tool, it responds with,
I hate bet awards. What the hell does that mean? What's up, Chris? You joined at the wrong time, my boy, unless you want to see this fucked up ass story.
"I am not Tiara." Again, reinforcing the idea of birth with Tiara.
But welcome, of course, to the stream. I'll still give you a warm welcome, as always. You know what I need to get soon? I want to set up? Whenever somebody like somebody from the FR7 gang joins the stream, or like we get a new follower or anything, I'm gonna play like a whole big like screen of like FR7 gang or something like that. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
And implying that she does understand being born, or at least understands the concept of being reborn.
For real,
The
Cookie,
"I am not
it's so
Tiara"
fucked
can
up.
also be a reference to Tiara no longer being Candace's real name after her rebirth. She had been reborn as a Newmaker. It's also worth noting, in a huge piece of evidence supporting this theory, that the "Do you remember being born" note is found on the wall of a room that is clearly labeled as the Quitter's Room. A direct reference to Candace's story, where the therapists repeat over and over, "Quitter, quitter, quit." There are also other small...
Who's Candace? That's the girl they fucking killed. The little girl, bro. I know? What do you mean, though? Oh, who, Candace? Candace dick. Alright. No, but for real. That's fucked up. That's not the right time to be making jokes.
Other name parallels as well. For instance, Petscop was supposed.
Bro, but I can't imagine, like, my little sister is 10. Like, I cannot imagine. Why the hell were they not given a bigger punishment than they were for that shit? They killed a little innocent 10-year-old girl. What the fuck? That is so messed up, man. No, it's not Softy. Sorry, this is how I cope with these type. Well, yeah. No, like, I still laughed because the Candace joke and all that, but like, yeah, it's not like, not a big deal. I'm just saying.
Supposedly made by the company Carolina, a completely made-up game developer. Candace is born and adopted in the state of North Carolina. Candace in real life also had a brother named Michael, and there just so happens to be a child's tombstone in the game with the name Michael on it. And of course, the name Candace is only one letter off from one of the pet names in the game, Randus. That last point also brings up one of the recurring themes that we see present throughout.
Wow, so her foster parents should be locked up for life? Yeah, for real. Damn, odd man.
The parallels between the pets and children. Because in the game, you can actually catch both. On the gift plane, remember the cute and fun top world, you catch pets. Birds, plants, little purple meatballs. In the underground, the new maker plane, we see Paul catch a crying human girl named Care, listed in the pet roster as Care NLM. And we know that she's a human. The game makes this distinction very clear. In the underground, there's a building called the Child Library. It's a building filled with rooms for thousands of children. In fact, you can visit the rooms of both Care and Michael. But there's also a hole in the front. It's kind of like an ATM where you can make deposits. When Paul tries to deposit one of his pets in episode 7, the game clearly gives him the prompt that the Child Library only accepts people. But when he tries to deposit Care NLM in video 9, it works, establishing that as new maker, you are catching everything. It's also worth noting the significant parallels between the gift plane and the new maker plane. Designs that appear in the background animation of the gift plane directly reference patterns you see on blocks hidden in various rooms throughout the underground, with actions performed on the surface level directly impacting what's happening down below. For instance, Paul walking on the treadmill in the keyboard room times out perfectly with him plucking flower petals underground in the new maker plane. Times out exactly. It just goes to show that these two worlds are connected, with the game trying to prove the point that adoption, to some people like Gene Newmaker, is the equivalent of getting themselves a new pet. In fact, the themes of adoption and forced love are perhaps the defining feature of Petscop. As I mentioned before, the signs at the very beginning of the game tell you that the pets want to find a good home, but that they'll run because they're scared. Your job is to show them love. Instead, you trick them, beat them, and trap them in order to catch them. Even Care NLM, the in-game description makes it clear that you lied to her in order to capture her. And this is just like Candace and other children looking for adoption. They're looking for a good home, and although they're scared, through love and patience, they'll eventually learn love and trust their new parents. But just like Paul's character in the game, Gene Newmaker used violence to try and force Candace to love her. In fact, here's a quote from one of the websites covering the Newmaker's story. She acted not like a mother, but an outraged consumer. She seems to have thought that when she adopted Candace, she had a right to a normal parent-child relationship. When Candace's natural bond with the mother she'd shown for her first 6 years persisted, Newmaker took Candace to Evergreen to be cured of it. End quote. This mentality is reflected through the recurring gift imagery present throughout the game. Both pets and children in Petscop are seen as gifts. The gift plane is where the player can find a pet to bring home. In the underworld, Michael's grave is in the shape of a gift box. The quote on his tombstone is that Mike was a gift. This parallels the real-life saying that a child is a gift from God, but it makes the child into a commodity rather than a person. And just like a gift, it promotes the idea that the child can be returned if it's defective. In Petscop, the little girl Care has 3 forms. Care A, a happy, healthy girl. Care B, one where she's growing sad. And Care NLM, one who is broken, covering her eyes and crying. It's well established in the Petscop community that the NLM stands for Nobody Loves Me, but the game shows us through her description that there is hope for Care. You're the new maker. You can turn Care NLM to Care A and close the loop. Instead, immediately after reading that, Paul abandons her, dropping her off in the deposit slot in front of the child library and getting the message, you've decided to leave Care NLM. In case you change your mind in 6 months, you can take her back. She had the ability to recover, but instead he gives up on her, returning her like a defective item from the store. Care was a gift, just a gift that he didn't want. It's the same in real life as between 10 and 25% of US adoptions end in similar sorts of returns. It's a big number. And if there was still doubt in the connection between Candace's story and Petscop, look at the dates. Candace died in April of 2000. Exactly 1 year later, in April of 2001, the therapists were sentenced to 16 years in
Not
prison.
enough.
16 years. On April 1st, 2017, Petscop's second video is uploaded. The one where the locked door allowing access to the Newmaker plane and Candace's story mysteriously opens up on its own, after Paul himself admits that he's never been able to figure out how it opens before. April 2017, exactly 16 years after trial. The exact date when the therapists were supposed to be released from prison, bringing the Candace story to a close. But the story of Candace and what she represents, adopted children struggling to find loving homes, those aren't stories that should remain buried under happy-go-lucky facades. And Petscop is a game that seems to want to ensure that these stories continue to be heard. I added to it a bit here, but the Candace Newmaker theory is currently the most widely accepted of the Petscop fan theories, pieced together by an incredible fan community picking apart every detail of this cryptic web series. And
What if the story's what if it's not even connected? Like, obviously there's so many things already that like prove it is, but like, what if like it's really not? Okay. That'd be great. That'd be some crazy shit because he's doing a pretty good idea. He's doing a pretty good job of convincing me that it is. What about you, chat? What about you guys?
Personally, I'm a firm believer in it. The parallels are just too strong to real life. That said, I don't believe it's the whole story. There is so much to unpack in this web series. The mysterious items Paul censors, the character of Mike Hammond, Tool getting possessed, the disappearing windmill, Arvin and the Black Monster Man, who the game was originally made for, and on and on and on. If you are at all interested, I encourage you to join that community of theorists.
Damn, the video's already over? I guess it was really that entertaining and just fucking like had me on the edge of my seat. That shit is already over. Damn. That is wild. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some more by game theorists, but like, I'm not gonna watch all of them. Yeah, I'm turning the text-to-speech back on. Yeah, now I know. Now I know. That is fucked up, bro. It's very fucked up. Those people, should have got more time. They literally killed an innocent little girl. They should be in there for life. If not death row, bro. Whoops. Okay, I fixed it. Sorry about that noise.
Amjitsabab says. Huh.
The people who killed the little girl, bro, they should. What do you mean, huh? Are you talking about the noise that just played? It was a thing in my app, in my chat app. I was turning on text-to-speech.
Amjitsabab says. Yeah. Stormus Isaac says. Wait, what did I walk into?
Honestly, I was about to say, oh, you missed it, but you're honestly very lucky, or blessed, if you will, that you joined after we were reacting to that video, because we were reacting to, School Days? Bet, you guys want me to watch some School Days? Alright, I'm gonna have to...
Zanamanuk says. School days.
Fucked up true story?
Amjitsabab says. Fucked up true story.
Yeah. Alright.